played ball in Philadelphia and Louisiana, one is they're both images talk about a particular culture, right? So when you're in the South, hunting is a thing that you do, right? That's like that's a tradition, all right? It's acceptable, all right? It's accepted. Whereas the other image is portraying like a two-pack. Um, it's more from a crime perspective, right? In a sense of not not rights to carry arms and for your like for protection. It's glorified, right? So one is glorifying it for the wrong reasons, right? If your kid was holding up guns, glorifying it, it's attracting. It sends the wrong message, right? Especially you have kids watching you that look up to you. Like if you look at the NBA statistics, I'm sure in terms of who is the biggest audience, is it kids or is it adults, right? Then on top of that, or like unfortunately, I'm gonna just talk about race, okay? So in America, already as it is, we're becoming like a rare species, all right? So what's happening is that he is glorifying a negative image, right? Which is apparent. No one, like, we know what time it is. You're getting people getting their necks stood on and choked and this, that, and the other, right? For the fact that people uh, have been thought to have been carrying a weapon and don't have a weapon and get blasted and killed because they don't they're deemed to seem to have a weapon. So now say if the police had stopped him, they will shoot him because they know he's on IG or whatever it is that he is carrying a weapon. So that he's giving them license, right, to do whatever. So what I'm trying to say is that in America right now, in their playing field, that was the worst and dumbest thing that he could have done because it compromises his life from all angles, right? Not just from people in the hood, but from law enforcement because they know he's carrying, right? And because he's moving recklessly now twice, now the third time now everyone's going to be on high alert with him. You understand what I'm saying? Because you don't listen, and you've repeated. Now the on in terms of on a deeper level, we have to, the sitting on the fence level, right, and seeing him as a person. I see like, oh, well, what you're doing is a cry for help because there's something there that you don't clearly get. This is survival of the fittest, and this is not something to be glorifying. If you're gonna do that, make sure you do it in quiet, where people would sign waivers, this, that, and the other. He would have got there would have been, he would have been schooled on a lot of things. He's got too many examples. You got Iverson, you got Gilbert Arenas, you got so many men that have done that would have schooled him, right? There's no excuse for him. There's no excuses, right? He's got all the money that is life changing. He can get all the support that he needs. And I'm
But
just saying,
Kenny,
look,
but how do we know he can get all the support?
so there's systems in place in the NBA, bro, that
Okay,
that that supply all of that, right? But all
okay.
I'm saying is
No, but
because
I'm just asking you a
yeah,
question. But
because you
how
have
do we know?
All right,
How
he's
do we
you
know?
know
How,
why? Do you know why? Do you know why you know?
go on.
Because he has an agent, and when you have an agent, they any professional sports agent will give you some form of rites of passage. The dudes that don't,
But do they,
military men.
bro? How
Yes,
many
they
athletes
do.
gone
Yes,
broke?
they do.
How many
No,
athletes have gone broke?
but that's
what,
to do with having a
recently
financial.
or
Go on, Dave.
That's the different. All right. So then when they go broke, that's because of having a not having a financial advisor or having the wrong financial advisor that's taking their money, right? That's a different story. But in terms of when you come into the league, and because you got to look at it like this, your agent, you're my client, so you are my business. If you don't make money, I don't make money. So I'm gonna invest and be like, look, I'm putting the best deals to you, this, that, and so we can all win, so that you can have generational wealth that will change you, your family, your community, right? So he's got all of that. He has all of that. All it is that he's a young man he's flexing his wings. He's pushing boundaries to see what could be done. But what he doesn't understand is that because he's a public figure, and this is the thing. What I would say about most athletes that have come out of that environment, they don't know how to handle success. If you look at someone like LeBron, he's a rarity because that spotlight was on him from early. He had a good coach as a father figure and whatnot, so that he had systems in place in terms of where to groom him to be the man that he is coming into the league and whatnot, right? But I would I would say that um with, I would just say with Joe, I just think I can't imagine that he doesn't have systems in place because he there's people that are invested in him, right? And I would just say maybe he doesn't know how to handle success and understand and how to uh, play the game, right? Of being in the game, but when you're outside of the game, maybe how to operate and conduct yourself and whatnot, right? But again, the flip side is that look, he's young, he lives to see another day, he can redeem himself. Um, and that there's consequences, and that there's going to be people in, you know, listen, look what they done to Michael Jordan's dad, right? So this is what I'm trying to say. Like, there's opportunists, man.
Yeah. No,
Do you know
that's
what I mean?
but so let's